The Jared Dillian Show.
I'm Jared Dillian. This is The Jared Dillian Show. If you want to call to talk about your money, please call 844-305-7800. That's 844-305-7800. This is The Jared Dillian Show. You can also go to my website, which is jareddillianmoney.com. That's jareddillianmoney.com. Or you can follow me on Twitter at DailyDirtNap. And regarding the website, I'm going to have something cool. It's going to be about 2 weeks. Going to be yapping about it on the radio. It's something that you should buy. You should buy this from jareddillianmoney.com. It will change the way you look at your portfolio and how you think about saving for retirement. It is revolutionary. It is. And it's my idea. I came up with it. So I really hope you check it out, and I will be letting you know in about 2 weeks. Let's talk about credit cards. Let's just get philosophical here. What is a credit card? And I have to bring this up because a lot of people don't really think about this. A credit card is a bank account. Okay. Has an account number on the back of the card. Where you can borrow money. And these are small loans. These are not big loans. These are small loans, small unsecured loans. And what unsecured means is that it's not secured by real property. They're unsecured loans. And they have very high interest rates. Interest rates are close to 20%. And these are revolving loans, not installment loans. Okay. An installment loan is a mortgage. You take out a mortgage and you pay it back in installments every month, and it has interest and principal. Revolving is different. You have monthly payments, but the problem with revolving loans is that if you don't pay the interest is added to the principal, and you end up getting charged interest on interest, which is not the case with installment loans. The point is, it's a loan. You're borrowing money. And, you know, if you go to Jersey Mike's, and I like Jersey Mike's, by the way. If I weren't on a diet, I would go to Jersey Mike's. Is really fantastic. They put that vinegar on it, and they put the salt and pepper. It's got the shredded lettuce. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. I can just come on the radio and talk about food. I'm on a diet, so all I think about is food. If you go to Jersey Mike's and you pay for a sandwich with your credit card, what's not going through your head is, I'm taking out a loan to buy this sandwich. That's not what you're thinking. You're not thinking that you're taking out a loan to buy a sandwich. I mean, taking out a loan sounds like very formal, right? But that's what it is. You're taking out a loan to buy a sandwich. You're going to pay the sandwich back in installments. People don't think of it as loans. They think of credit cards as a convenient way to pay for something. It's more convenient with cash. Cash is annoying. Pay with a 20, it's $11.37. Then you get $8.67 back. You put 5 and 3 ones in your wallet. Then you got some change slamming around in your pocket. Like, cash is, now I'm a big fan of cash. Like, I love cash. But in terms of convenience, it's not a convenient way to pay for something. It's not. Credit cards are super convenient. So, but it's also a loan, and you have to pay it back. And that's the part that people get hung up on. Let's say if you wanted to buy a sandwich, credit cards didn't exist. There are no credit cards. And you don't have cash and you want to buy a sandwich, so you have to go into a bank and take out a loan for $11.37. So that would feel like a loan, like you're talking to a guy in a burgundy shirt and a purple tie. By the way, like I love going into bank branches and seeing how people dress. It is awesome. Like what people think is like dressing. I mean, it's the same as Wheel of Fortune. Somebody wearing like a teal shirt and a black tie. You see some of the best shirt tie combos on Wheel of Fortune and in bank branches. But if you went into a bank and asked for a loan to buy a sandwich, it would be pretty clear that you had to pay it back. But we don't think of credit cards as loans. We think of it as magic money. It's magic. Like, it's just free. And then it doesn't get paid back. And the other thing about credit cards is that nobody keeps track of how much they're spending. You know, they go around using the magic money card, then they get the bill at the end of the month, and they're like, oh, I can't pay this thing. I can't. You know what would be a really cool invention? And maybe this will happen like 20 years from now. But if you had a credit card, actually, you'll probably just, in the future, you'll probably just pay for stuff with your phone. But if you had a credit card and it had like a little screen on it and it showed your balance, and you would always know what your balance is. So you would think twice before spending money on stuff, and how much would that cut down on your borrowing? Now, having said all that, it's still not hard to keep track of what you're spending. You have an app on your phone. You want to see how much is on your credit card, just log into the app and see how much is on the credit card. It's not that hard. But you have to log into the app and check. I would love to hear from you. If you want to call in and talk about this, please call 844-305-7800. That's 844-305-7800. Tell me if you log into the app and check your balance, or if you just wait till the end of the month. I log into the app all the time. I probably log in once a week. And I can tell you right now, on one credit card, I have $900. I have $300 on another one, and I have $200 on another one. And I just checked a couple of days ago. And like I said, I check it about once a week to see how I am doing. But it's not a magic money card. It's debt. It's a loan. Now, this may seem obvious to you. I mean, you're like, why are you telling me this? I understand this. Believe it or not, people don't understand this stuff. You might be surprised to learn that there are a lot of people out there who don't understand this stuff. I'll tell you a quick story. I knew somebody that was doing customer service for a local bank, and sitting in a bank branch in one of those little offices. And this person, she spent all of her time, 100%, all of her time dealing with people who had overdrafts, people who had tons of overdrafts on their checking account, and they couldn't figure out how it happened. So she would try to explain to them, you didn't have enough money in your account, and you used your debit card, or you spent, and you had an overdraft, and that's why you got charged these fees. And she would have people that would come in with like $600 in overdraft fees because they just didn't understand the concept that you can't spend more than what's in the account. And I'm telling you, like, this is the reason why I bring this up. It's not a magic money card. It's a loan. It's really like taking out a loan, and it's serious. It's serious. If you don't pay it back, then there are consequences. By the way, banks last year made $30 billion on overdraft fees. $30 billion on overdraft fees. And that's a profit center. That's a profit center. Now, there is some administrative expense that the bank has to occur when somebody has an overdraft, but still, that's a profit center. Like, they're making money off of this. I kind of love it. It's kind of like social Darwinism. They're making money off of people's stupidity, but it's a massive wealth transfer from the unsophisticated to the sophisticated. You know, I've bounced one check my entire life, and I did it when I was 22. And it was a bit confusing. I was in the Coast Guard. I was going out to sea, going out, coming back, going out, coming back. And I just lost track of how much was in my account, and I bounced a check, and it was embarrassing. I was like, ooh, wow. Can't believe I did that. That's the only time in my life I've ever had I've ever bounced a check. And I've never paid interest in my life. I've never paid interest or penalties on a credit card. Never have. So this is going to be obvious, but a good way not to have overdrafts is to keep plenty of money in your bank account. You would be surprised how many people don't. And yeah, I get it. I get it that there's a problem here. Like, some people don't have money. I understand that. But I'm not really talking about that. I'm talking about the people who have money, and what they do, for reasons unbeknownst to me, is that they try to keep the minimum amount of money they can in their bank account. And I don't understand the rationale for this. I understand that interest rates are zero. First of all, you have to have, we like to have lots of money in the bank. I'm a big fan of having lots of money in the bank. First of all, you have emergency funds, which should be $10,000 or more. Then you want to have a bunch of money on top of that, just in case, or just for expenses or for whatever. It's a cushion. Overdrafts should not be an issue for anybody. You should not be one of these people that goes around with like $120 in their checking account. It's not a good way to do things. Most people, same with credit cards. You should never pay fees or penalties. Now, most people these days pay their bills electronically, but back when you were getting paper statements, I would get home, I would see the credit card bill on the counter, and I would pay it immediately. I'd get my checkbook, I'd write the check, I'd put it in the envelope, I'd put it in the mailbox. And some people wait to pay bills. I have never understood that. It's not like interest rates are 20% or anything. You get the bill, you pay the bill immediately. That way you don't forget. By the way, if you make the minimum payment on the credit card, it's going to take you like 30 years to pay it off or something like that. So you want to make more than the minimum payment. I'm Jared Dillian. This is The Jared Dillian Show.
The Jared Dillian Show.